Welcome, Sigmas. The world follows a rhythm, a predictable, safe, and familiar beat. But Sigma men, they move to their own tune. Silent, decisive, and unstoppable. They are the outliers, the enigmas, the ones who refuse to be caged by expectation. And that, my friends, is what makes them so powerful, yet so intimidating. A Sigma man doesn't seek approval. He doesn't ask for permission. He operates in a league of his own, carving his path with an unshakable sense of purpose. Society may label him cold, distant, or unapproachable, but the truth, he is simply free from the need to conform, to impress, or to explain himself. What makes a Sigma truly formidable isn't arrogance or aggression. It's the quiet certainty of a man who knows exactly who he is. He stands firm, whether praised or criticized, admired or misunderstood. He doesn't dominate with words. His actions, his presence, and his unwavering self-sufficiency do all the talking. But let's be clear. Being a Sigma isn't just about walking alone. It's about walking with purpose. It's about mastering the mind, sharpening the will, and standing firm in a world that constantly tries to mold you into something else. So if you've ever felt like you don't quite fit in, like your presence unsettles people, like your silence speaks louder than their noise, congratulations, you're exactly where you're meant to be. Stick around till the very end because we're about to break down why Sigma men are the most intimidating force in any room. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get into it. Ease and me, a Sigma men expose insecurities in others. Most people build their identities like fragile castles, constructed from social approval, achievements, and carefully curated images. But a Sigma male, he stands apart, unmoved by societal expectations, thriving in his own authenticity. His confidence isn't loud, it's unshakable. His self-worth isn't borrowed, it's earned. When people encounter this rare energy, it unsettles them. Why doesn't he seek approval? Why is he unaffected by groupthink? It's an uncomfortable mirror, revealing their own dependence on external validation. Sigmas don't intentionally provoke this existential crisis, but their mere presence exposes the masks others wear. The corporate climber who measures his worth by promotions, the social butterfly who craves attention. Suddenly, their facades feel flimsy. This is why Sigma males are often misunderstood. They don't fit into the system. In this, they transcend it. And for those still trapped in it, that truth is terrifying. Reason 2, they are silent yet extremely calculated. Ever met someone whose silence speaks louder than a crowd's chatter? That's a Sigma male. He doesn't just exist in the background, he absorbs everything. While others fight for attention, he studies human nature, picking up details most miss. His intelligence isn't just book smarts. It's tactical, strategic, and deeply intuitive. Most people rely on constant validation, but the Sigma, he thrives in solitude. He doesn't seek approval, yet he commands respect. Why? Because his silence isn't emptiness. It's calculated. When he finally speaks, his words cut through the noise like a blade, leaving people stunned. No fluff, no filler, just pure truth. Think of history's greatest minds, Nikola Tesla, Bruce Lee, even Keanu Reeves. These men embody Sigma energy. Quiet, disciplined, and always 10 steps ahead. Society fears what it doesn't understand, and a Sigma's unpredictability makes people uneasy. They can't read him, can't control him, and that shakes their sense of dominance. In a world obsessed with being seen and heard, the Sigma male operates in the shadows, watching, learning, and mastering. Then he finally moves, the world follows. Reason 3, they reject social hierarchies. Sigmas don't care about titles, ranks, or superficial power. You can be a CEO, a politician, or a so-called alpha male. Why? Because he sees through the illusion. In a world obsessed with hierarchies, status symbols, and power plays, the Sigma male stands as a quiet rebellion. He understands that real power doesn't come from a job title or social validation. It comes from within, while others scramble to climb the corporate or social ladder. Desperate for recognition, the Sigma operates on a different frequency. He doesn't need a boardroom, an entourage, or a fancy title to feel significant. His power is intrinsic, rooted in self-mastery, independence, and an unshakable sense of purpose. This terrifies those who live for status. Why? Because a Sigma's existence shatters the illusion that external validation equals success. He doesn't play their game, yet he thrives. He walks into a room and people feel his presence, not because of what he owns, but because of who he is. His confidence is quiet but undeniable, his influence subtle but powerful. In many ways, Sigmas expose the fragility of the social hierarchy. They prove that you don't need to be at the top of a pyramid to be powerful. You just need to own your mind, your choices, and your destiny. That's why the world watches Sigmas with a mix of admiration, confusion, and even fear. Because deep down, people know true power is never given, it's taken. Reason 4. They are mysterious, hard to read. A Sigma male is an enigma, a puzzle that few can solve. Unlike the alpha, who commands attention, or the beta, who seeks validation, the Sigma operates in silence, unpredictable, unreadable, and untamed. He doesn't overshare because he values his privacy. He doesn't brag because he lets his actions speak for themselves. And he doesn't explain himself because he owes no one an explanation. This air of mystery disrupts the social hierarchy. Most people rely on patterns. They analyze behaviors to predict responses. But Sigma doesn't follow conventional rules. He moves on his own terms, making it impossible for others to categorize or control him. Psychologically, the human brain is wired to fear uncertainty. Studies show that unpredictability triggers anxiety because the brain prefers familiar patterns. When people can't figure out a Sigma, they become uneasy. They may label him as arrogant, aloof, or even dangerous, when in reality he is simply free. And that freedom, it's powerful. It exposes how much others depend on approval, control, and structure. The Sigma needs none of that. He thrives in solitude, follows his own path, and leaves people wondering, who is he really? In that mystery, it drives them crazy. Reason 5. They are unbothered by criticism. Most people crack under the weight of judgment. They chase validation like a thirsty traveler in a desert, hoping for just a drop of approval. But a Sigma male, he stands apart. He moves through life with an unshakable sense of self, immune to the opinions of others. Why? Because his confidence isn't built on external praise. It's rooted in self-awareness. Psychology backs this up. Those with a high internal locus of control, the belief that they shape their own destiny, are less affected by criticism. Sigmas live by this principle. They don't seek permission to be themselves. Criticism, gossip, insults, none of it phases him. Studies show that emotionally resilient people reframe negativity, using it as fuel rather than allowing it to wound them. A Sigma understands this instinctively. He doesn't react. He doesn't explain himself. And that unsettles people. When others realize they can't manipulate his emotions, they fear his strength. The need to control or belittle him becomes futile. He becomes an enigma, a force that can't be tamed. And in a world where most people bend under pressure, the Sigma's unwavering composure is a silent yet powerful rebellion. Reason 6. They have a mind that never sleeps. A Sigma male operates on a level most people can't even comprehend. While others react to life as it happens, he anticipates it. His mind is always in motion, calculating outcomes, assessing risks, and mapping out multiple possibilities before anyone else has even recognized the problem. This is what makes him so intimidating. In psychology, this trait aligns with high cognitive processing speed and strategic thinking, characteristics often found in chess masters, elite entrepreneurs, and even military tacticians. A Sigma male doesn't just think ahead. He visualizes the entire game board before making his first move. This is why people find him unsettling. They don't understand how he knows things before they happen, how he predicts behaviors, or why he always seems one step ahead. In social settings, this ability manifests as an uncanny sense of reading people. He picks up on subtle cues, body language, tone shifts, microexpressions, deciphering intentions long before words are spoken. And in life, his plans are silent but precise, making him an unstoppable force. People fear what they don't understand, and a Sigma male, he's already won the battle before anyone else has even realized they were in a fight. Reason 7. They are relentlessly focused on their mission. Distractions. In a Sigma male's world, they might as well be myths. His mind is a fortress built to resist the noise and nonsense that derail most people. while the masses scroll endlessly on their phones, binge watch TV, or get caught up in meaningless drama. The Sigma is locked in, laser focused on his purpose. He doesn't just avoid distractions, he eliminates them. This relentless focus isn't just rare, it's unsettling to others. Why? Because most people are driven by comfort, entertainment, and instant gratification. They chase fleeting pleasures, while Sigma chases mastery. He's not interested in wasting time. Instead, he refines his skills, builds his knowledge, and perfects his craft. This level of dedication exposes the lack of discipline in those around him, making them uncomfortable. Psychologically, the human brain craves focus, yet modern society is designed for distraction. Studies show that deep work, sustained, undisturbed focus leads to the highest levels of creativity and productivity. Sigma males naturally tap into this power, making them unstoppable forces in their fields. While others are distracted by trends and validation, the Sigma is carving his own path. And that's not just intimidating, it's revolutionary. Reason ache. They don't fear walking away. Society thrives on attachment, jobs that drain you, relationships that chain you, and opportunities that demand your soul. Most hesitate to walk away, fearing the unknown. But a Sigma male, he moves with purpose, not obligation. If something doesn't serve his growth, he's gone, no guilt, no second guessing. This mastery of detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity. He understands that true power lies in freedom, and dependency is the quickest way to lose it. That's why he's nearly impossible to manipulate. You can't control a man who needs nothing from you, only his own path forward. Reason 9. They have a presence that demands respect. A Sigma male's presence speaks louder than words. He doesn't need to shout or demand respect. His quiet confidence does the talking. This is psychological dominance at its finest. Studies show that people respond more to body language and aura than to loud voices. A Sigma moves with calculated precision, speaking only when necessary, making every word impactful. His silence isn't weakness. It's a controlled force that unsettles those who rely on validation. History proves that the most powerful figures, from Bruce Lee to Elon Musk, embrace reserved strength. A Sigma's quiet power is his greatest weapon, and the world notices. They're unpredictable. A Sigma is like a storm, silent in approach, but impossible to ignore once he arrives. Unlike predictable alpha leaders or social beta followers, a Sigma moves outside the traditional hierarchy. His unpredictability isn't recklessness. It's calculated independence. This makes him dangerous in the eyes of society, as people fear what they can't control or categorize. He disrupts norms, challenges expectations, and remains unbound by approval. Just like a storm reshapes the landscape, a Sigma leaves an impact wherever he goes, not by force but by sheer presence. His greatest weapon, the power of mystery. So Sigmas, here's the truth. Your very existence shakes people to your silence, your independence, your unshakable confidence. It's all too much for those who rely on external validation. And that's exactly why you are one of the most intimidating men to walk this earth, not because you try to be, but because you simply are. Now, if you've made it this far, do yourself a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and join this growing community of Sigma men. Keep owning your power, keep being unpredictable, and keep walking your path like the lone wolf you are. Having said this,